富邦勇士篮球队首度莅临 P.LEAGUE 职篮元年桃园领航员桃园巨蛋主场。今场赛事即将要来展开，请双方球员停止练习 ，All the player please stop practicing. Thank you. 这是请双方球员停止练习。 再次感谢所有透过电视媒体或者是网络平台收看 P.LEAGUE 职篮元年最精彩的赛事。今天的赛事一样在桃园巨蛋体育馆。 职篮元年编号第16场次，由第一组桃园领航员要来出战，在今年度首度来到桃园巨蛋来跟我们挑战的富邦勇士篮球队的精彩赛事。天佑台湾，桃园加油！桃园领航员在本周持续的闭门开打，只为保障每一位球员以及工作人员在健康、安全无虞的同时，还能用热血的赛事来凝聚桃园市民共同抗疫的能量。 所谓你的岁月静好，不过是有人替你负重前行。身在国内进出门户的桃园，除了第一线收治了染疫人员之外，虽然不小心也有了感染的现象，却也让其他的县市能有更多的防范以及警觉性。与桃园市民永远站在一起的领航员，除了用主场的每一场胜利献给每一位乘客，更希望用永不放弃、坚持到底的比赛态度来陪伴每一位桃园英雄。 今日来对上联盟强劲的对手富邦勇士，也希望大家再度提供最有力的空中支援，捍卫领航员的主场。是10号了，精彩赛事要来开打，马上为各位介绍今天来访客队富邦勇士篮球队。为各位介绍台北富邦勇士所有登录球员名单。Number 0球背号0号赖廷恩。 Number 1球背号1号林书伟 ，Number 7球背号7号张博维 ，Number 8球背号8号周桂宇 ，Number 13球背号13号林梦雪 ，Number 23球背号23号石伯恩 ，Number 76球背号76号曾文鼎。 台北富邦勇士本场是登陆先发5人名单 ，Starting Five。Number 2球背号2号简伟如 ，Number 3球背号3号张忠宪 ，Number 17球背号17号 Michael Singletary，Number 21球背号21号曾祥军 ，Number 32球背号32号 Ewell Sizer。 为各位介绍台北勇士总教练许晋哲先生，执行教练吴永仁，助理教练江志正，助理教练魏维，助理教练林伟浩。Lead again, fly high！ 敌军来袭，领航员全体就位。
亲爱的乘客们，机长陈新安，欢迎各位登机。 桃园领航员航空马上就要起飞喽！敬请各位乘客尽快就座，与我们一起胜利领航，飞向梦想的天空 ，Go！
航文强途，机民同行，顺利领航，全员起飞。为各位介绍桃园领航员作战部队。 球背号6号关达拉美拉，后勤战备的关键人物，作战手段越来越成熟的后卫关达佑。Number 7球背号7号，拼命三郎，吃得苦中苦，才能成为勇敢的跳人，前锋林佑中。 Number 15球背号15号，桃园领航员空中保卫领航员新世代巨塔前锋孙思尧。 Number 18， 节备号18号，靠着今年纵横战场、游击突破、得心应手小福星后卫赖国伟。Number 23， 节备号23号，求胜欲望强烈、冲锋陷阵、毫不含扣、心灵导师前锋陈静环。节备号29号 ，Number 29， 永不退缩、无畏身体对抗的拼命三郎前锋张根玉。Number 63， 节备号63号，在绵密的防护网总能见缝插针找到出口的后场指挥官彭俊彦。桃园 Pilots Today Starting Five。全方位的锋线及长枪飞弹攻击防御能力于一身的前锋 Demo Number 13， 节备号13号，挂 Turbo 得分像涡轮旋转一样快的前锋威利沃伦。Number 28， 节备号28号，国产最致命武器，长城炮火猛烈又精准的台湾阿瑶前锋施晋尧。Number 30， 节备号30号，脸上的笑容永远是敌人的致命毒药，重型轰炸机碰碰陈万全。Number 50， 节备号50号，禁区保护神护国神 Q 昆士 David。为各位介绍领航员总经理陈信安、执行教练杨怡峰、助理教练黄启峰、体能教练穆建宏。双方球员相互握手致意，麻烦请在我们场中间来进行合影留念。这里是富邦勇士队首次来到了桃园巨蛋的赛事前，两队在场中间进行合影留念。请关注一下我们中间，在我们两队球场中间的官方媒体以及其他的媒体朋友，谢谢。再次谢谢双方球员，两队最后热身练习反应柔了。同时为各位介绍，本场是辛苦3位执法裁判老师，本场是担任主裁判员 Crew Chief 洪永玉，Umpire 1第一检察员黄正峰，以及 Umpire 2第二检察员罗国显。用心要来打造舒适的看球环境，并且带领每一位乘客翱翔 P.LEAGUE 的篮球天空，是领航员的目标。相当可惜，连续2周因为疫情的关系，没能够来开放乘客进场。
Ladies and gentlemen, seniors and youth, welcome to our broadcast of this inaugural Plus League basketball season. Here in Taoyuan again, our matchup this afternoon is the first visit by the Taipei Fubon Braves to the hangar, the Taoyuan Arena, there on your screen, the home of the Pilots as they continue their long homestand. A matchup of the first and second place teams in the league. The Pilots look to make a big move in the standings, and a win this afternoon will pull them within half a game of those Braves who are standing at top. Coach Ben alongside for this broadcast. Coach Ben, one good game, one kind of a lopsided game last night in the Plus League.
Yeah, it's great to see the top teams kind of distinguish themselves from the bottom teams. And today we get to see the top two teams. Exciting day here.
There's our matchup graphics. Taoyuan Arena, they call it the Taoyuan Chudan. Game 16 of 48 of the Plus League season. There's our standings once again. The Braves sitting up top, 7-1. The Pilots, 5-2. Despite taking a big loss yesterday, the Lioneers still hanging on to third place, 2-6. The Formosa, Taishing Formosa Dreamers, 1-6 though. They're looking to make improvements. We'll get to them as the broadcast goes along. Over on the Mandarin side are our colleagues Zhang Yaozong and color commentator Ha Xiaoyuan. We're doing a completely English broadcast. Well, we'll see what Mandarin we can mix in. 要看中文转播的球迷朋友们，请转到 YouTube 另外连接或在 Momo TV、FTV 按一下双语。Yesterday afternoon, Kadeem Jack and Davon Reed led the way for the Pilots, combining for 56 points. They built up a 19-point lead in the first half, and but let the Dreamers back in. Quincy Davis played a huge factor with 5 offensive rebounds and 3 block shots in the fourth.
Yeah, we've talked about it this whole season. Quincy Davis being able to play as a local in the fourth quarter is such a huge advantage, as we see Quincy right there getting prepared for this game. Again, just his veteran experience, being able to affect the game both defensively and offensively makes it easier for the Pilots in the fourth quarter.
Very cerebral player. Coach Ben with a lot of experience, being his coach for a number of years with the Huiyin Archland.
Yeah, I was fortunate enough to coach Quincy for about 10 years, both in the local league and also on the national team, so I'm very familiar with him. The consummate professional, again, doing exactly what he needs to do. We see there on the defensive end, but then helping his teammates out offensively. Again, yesterday with an offensive rebounding performance to put the Dreamers away.
They've established a pace with him that Davis will play probably about 15 minutes in the first 3 quarters and then finish the game off playing all 12 minutes of the fourth quarter if need be. There's 8 points and 4 block shots in the fourth quarter, 12 rebounds in all.
Yeah, we've talked about this league having a lot of guys in, we could say, advanced years of playing experience, Quincy being one of those. Again, with his biggest effectiveness being in the fourth quarter, the coaching staff has told him that that's what he needs to do for the team, and being a professional, he's definitely willing to do that.
On the screen, averaging 11 points a game. On the other side are the Braves, who are seeking revenge. Last night, after losing the first time this season at home against the Lioneers, they took them on and were successful, beating them by 20 points, holding them the lowest score of the season. Now up to the starting lineups for the beginning of this game. Over there, the Braves huddle Roger Xu Jingze, still giving instructions. They played last night at 5 o'clock Taiwan time, and now coming in for the 2:30 tip. There's their starting lines from left to right. Jianwei Lu Lewis, Zhang Dongxian Jet, Michael Singletary, number 17, Xingte Li, Jack Zhenxianju, number 21, and starting at center is Ihor Zaitsev, number 32. For the Pilots, also from left to right, Davon Reed, Si Jingyao, Willie Warren, number 13, Chen Guanquan, we call him Pong Pong, and number 50, the aforementioned Quincy Davis, starting at center.
Yeah, Ryan, so you mentioned it. These Braves are coming off one of the harder back-to-backs in this Plus League season. Yesterday playing at 5, today at 2:30. So in the starting lineup, we don't see Beast, we don't see Winston. Coach Rogers decided to let some of their veterans, including Chuck Garcia, have the day off. Hopefully some of the younger players can step up and help them have a good performance today.
The Pilots will be wearing their dark navy uniforms. The Braves wearing their white kit. I would call it a home kit, but they're on the road. Sometimes these things just get mixed up. But that's all part of the business, right, Coach? Having different uniforms, gauging the interest of the fans. Of course, it's fun to sell some merchandise.
Yeah, it's nice to walk around Taipei seeing people in these Plus League jerseys.
The tip is up, and the pilots will control first. Sidging out with the basketball, he dishes it off. Didn't play great yesterday, looking for a bounce-back performance himself. Willie Warren, down low, floats it and misses, but tipped out. Davis is underneath, gotta watch that 3-second call. We've seen that a few times in the Plus League. They'll get to go again. Warren, with a crossover, to the top to Reed. He clicks the mid-range and is good. 2 points real early.
Yeah, we can see Quincy Davis once again getting the offensive rebound, leading to 2 points for the Pilots, making his impact in the game really early.
Yesterday they played a lot of this 2-3 zone against the Dreamers. They're going at it again against the Braves. Poked away, and Jack, look what I found.
Yeah, it's nice for the Braves to have Eor Zaitsev right there standing at the nail. Great passer, willing shooter from there too. Again, easily breaking that Pilots 2-3 zone.
With Winston in the game, that's Ty Winston. He usually is the one in the middle. Pong Pong with the screen up top, looking for a teammate now. There's Ayao, takes a long three and banks it home. It is Sunday after all. Turnover, Warren to Reed. Probing, now retreated out. Zijian from even deeper and hits.
That time deciding not to bank it in, just going right with the normal three.
So we talk about guard Zijian. He started every game. Another guy who I want to pay attention to is Guan Dayo. The young guard, also getting a lot of minutes. We'll highlight him when he makes his way to the floor. Singletary, working with Zaitsev, but that one's poked. Poked again. Pilots come away with it. Up front to Warren. Lefty. Deflected at the rim. No foul call.
Yeah, we can see this is what the Braves do. They usually start out a little slowly, let the opponent get a lead.
Lucky bounce, and Jack is fouled underneath.
Yeah, good job by Jack attacking the offensive boards in transition. Able to get there before Quincy can clean up the rebound.
Checking out the pick and roll with the bank shot. And one even deeper. Zijian is averaging 13 points a game, shooting 38% from three-point range. Zheng Xiangjun at the line makes the first.
Yeah, the Pilots locals struggled a bit last night, making it a much tougher game for them. Only the two imports in double figures. Again, if they're going to have a chance to win this game, they're going to need a better performance from those locals today.
Bouncing that one out, 1 for 2 from the line. It's 8-3, Pilots with the early lead. Warren to Reed, pom-pom pick and roll. No, that's Warren. To Davis underneath, he's got some space. Nice up there to affect the shot. Jet will push it up for the Braves. Now to Lewis, he led the whole game with 19 points last night in Xingzhou. Zaitsev working the middle with a hook pass. Getting out to Lewis with a mid-range. Strong, and Pong Pong with a rebound.
And once again, we can see Big Z in the middle with his passing ability. Lewis is not able to hit the mid-range shot.
Davis. Zijian, he'll shoot the mid-range. Way off. Countering, and Jack is there to slam it home.
Great look by Jet there, but really the best contribution was Mike Singletary, sprinting to the corner, taking his defender out of the way, letting Jack come right down the middle for a dunk.
That is a stat some people keep track of, how many dunks in the season. Warren with a soft touch. Jack, pretty much every game he's in, which is every game this season for the Braves, has gotten two hands on the rim.
Yeah, the rookie's done a great job contributing, trying to figure out how to help his team win. As we see an air ball by Louis Chen.
Warren switches directions, look out. He recovers. On Lewis with a crossover at the hoop. Blocked again. Great time, Jack.
Yeah, great help defense by Jack, being able to get there on the blow-by. Singletary with the finish in transition.
Warren receiving the pass, but retreating it. They got Davis down low. He receives, puts up the shot and misses. It was close. Lewis got hit on the play.
I think everybody got hit on the play.
Zaitsev will hand it off to Singletary. There's a foul on the floor.
Yeah, and that's the matchup that the Pilots coaching staff is willing to live with. Pompong has defended Big Z for 3 years. Again, we'll see right here Singletary sprinting to the corner, opening up the lane for Jack. Nice fast break by the Braves.
2 fouls for the Pilots, known for the Braves as a team. Jet working the middle, now up to Zaitsev. He'll cut himself, floats it up, a little too strong. Out of bounds off of a Pilot. They want to talk it over to the refs too? The 12 officials in the Plus League. Consecutive weeks with 4 games on the weekend.
I guess it's a tough back-to-back for some of those refs too, huh, Ryan?
Underneath the Jack, he gets Singletary. Shot clock at 10. Taking their time to set something up. Jack, to Zaitsev on the other side. A nice high-low.
These Braves doing a great job of just being able to get the ball in the middle of that zone and then distributing from there. Okay, really tough position to defend for these Pilots.
Reed thought about it, but shoots the step back, and his shot is wet. Impressive move there. Zaitsev with a rim run. Hits it off the rim and in.
Once again, we can see Lewis just sprinting to the corner, leaving his defender under the rim, 1-on-2. That time, Big Z able to finish.
I was talking to Chen before the game, and he says he'd like his team to play a lot faster. So right now, the Braves taking advantage of pace. Zizniao with a miss, poked over to Lewis, up to Jet. This is what he does best in transition. Rolls out, who's underneath? That's Singletary there for the putback.
Okay, nice follow. Jet's finish being contested, leading to the miss. Singletary with the easy putback.
Zizniao. Stop his dribble. That ruined the rhythm of the offense for now. He gets it back. Underneath. Now Reed from the other side with Zaitsev on him. With a step back from the corner. It rolls in.
And we've seen Davon be able to make that shot throughout this season.
Lewis will try to counter. Short. That time nobody there for the offensive rebound. Reed will pull up, killing himself, and another one.
We can see the Pilots, just like you said, their general manager wants them to pick up the pace a little bit. That time, Big Z not wanting to pick him up in transition. Nobody defending on the wide open three-pointer.
Makes it a 5-point game. We're under 6 minutes to play. This game going by. Jet will shoot. And over the backboard, out of bounds. He is the #2 player of the domestic variety in three-point percentage. That'll be a timeout on the floor and a chance for us to catch our break. Thanks for watching the Plus League. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Thanks for watching the Plus League. It would help our broadcast a lot if you showed your support by giving this stream a thumbs up. It would help our basketball games get discovered by viewers like you. So, Coach, there's a little bit of a mix-up there. What I meant to say was Zhang Zongxian, when it comes to the domestic players, leads the field in three-point percentage with more than 10 attempts, 17 for 39. A little bit of a surprise given how well known it is, his always changing his shooting form.
Yeah, it's obvious that he's really worked on that form throughout the summer, and regardless how it looks, coaching staff doesn't care as long as it goes in.
Pilots will get started first. To the corner, Reed with an opportunity, just off.
Good, nice set right there coming out of the timeout. Reed just not being able to hit.
Joseph Lin is subbed into the game for Lewis, who took a hit on the face. There's Jack from the mid-range, and nice.
Once again, we see those Braves bigs being able to do work from that free throw line extended. Again, that nail area is such a tough place to defend.
Ling Yaozong was also in the game. He's nearby as Sijiao spins and with a tough turnaround off the backboard and out.
We can see the Pilots coaching staff going with early substitutions on this back-to-back. Manimal getting an early chance to contribute in this game.
Joseph with the pull-up. No good, too strong. They're going with a mismatch down low. Now Tata Pompo. His three-point attempt is short. Singletary collects it. Up ahead, no one's paid attention to Jack. Easy 2 points.
And that's something where Pompon's teammates got to help him out. Again, Jack went to contest the shot. Pompon's still in the shooting motion. He leaks out. Teammates got to be aware of that. Bail him out.
Good pace to this game. Already a combined 35 points. Reed with a step back off the side of the backboard. Another fast break opportunity for the Braves. Jet through the middle. They'll throw it to the corner. Chen finally advances past the timeline. Do you call it out a fast break, a secondary break?
I think that would be a third break right there. It took about 10 seconds to develop, but 2 points is 2 points. Braves with the lead.
Willie Warren seems like he has struggled in the plus league cutting to the basket, but maybe also some calls not going his way. Reed working on Singletary, running out of time. And the buzzer sound, that's a shot clock violation.
Yeah, we've actually seen Willie Warren and Mike Singletary have similar issues, both kind of fitting into the team aspects. Again, the Braves with a very team-oriented offense, everybody touching the ball, whizzing it around on every possession. Mike's still trying to find his space in the offense. Again, the skilled veteran he is, I'm sure he'll get to it eventually.
Chen from the right wing, and he hits.
Boy, that looks like the second leading player of the domestic variety, hitting from three.
Warren through the middle. This time called for the foul. That was a Brave. It'll be 2 on them for the team. Nice hookup. That time Jack looking to the other way.
Once again, the Braves getting the ball to the middle, swinging it. Jet with the shot making.
Inbounding the ball is Guan Dayo. He's seen his role expand in the last 3 games, playing all 12 minutes of the 4th quarter, gaining the trust of his coaches and the front office. Davis looking for an opportunity. To Guan Dayo from the corner. Off the mark. Beast with Manimal with a rebound to Reed. 2 points.
Great job by Manimal, just keeping it alive. Avon Reed, 2 more points.
Bringing the score to within 2. Chen now through the middle to Joseph. Jack, they're still working on that zone. will shoot from the top. Rattles in and out. Coaches give high praise to Guan Dayo, talking about his work ethic and his concentration in and around workouts. And of course, during the game, Davis will go through the middle for 2 points.
Yeah, we've mentioned how some of these rookies are kind of struggling to find their roles on the team. Guan Dayo just knowing he's in there to push the pace, make open shots, and defend. Doesn't have to think about too much other than that.
The Braves are the weakest three-point shooting team of the league. Probably explained by the zone for the Pilots. Guan Dayo with a rebound, pushing it up. Reed will take his shot, it's short.
That's all he needs to do, push the pace, find his shooters, hopefully he can make shots.
Reed with a rebound. He's usually good for 10 a game. Warren from the corner will hesitate and then shoot. Manuel there for another rebound. The Pilots with free reign poked out, but Zhang collects. Over to Singletary, he's underneath. Had that one poked away and still hanging on to it. Tough play. Guandayo finally comes away with it. Lots of opportunities. Michael Singletary in the Braves that time. Tied game under 40 seconds in the quarter. Reed, Joseph Lin on him. Dribble right and throw it way over everybody into the backcourt. Slippery ball, you said, Coach, last night, but slippery ball today.
So I said yesterday, after my turnover yesterday, not going to get on these players for their turnovers. It's been one quarter and I haven't yelled at them yet, so improvement on my part.
Singletary taking a seat on the bench. Zhangboy, number 7, will inbound, and so will the landlord, we call him Da Fang Dong Sen Wen Ding. Our first chance to see him on the English broadcast. Joseph with a floater. Pure.
Yeah, nice right-handed floater by Joseph Lin there. Something he's been good at ever since coming to Taiwan. Get lefty floater, righty floater. Very versatile scorer.
Less than 10 seconds left. Reed getting counted by Lewis with the veteran hook foul.
Yeah, that's where the Braves, a few fouls to give. Lewis getting up. Again, 5.6 seconds left in the quarter. See if the Braves want to use another one.
Only the first personal foul for Lewis. He pokes it away, and an unsportsmanlike foul. Davon Reed chasing Lewis. That is an unsportsmanlike foul in the FIBA rulebook.
Yeah, smart defense there by Lewis, knowing you got fouls to give, getting right up in there. Yeah, you get called for a foul, no big deal. You get a steal, you get an easy 2 points, and with the ball back with 3 seconds left.
At the line, rattles in. So that time, Lewis wasn't ahead of the play, but according to the FIBA rulebook, the referees have to call it if you're playing the man and not the ball. And Reed went right to Lewis's body with a hand. So Braves will have a chance to extend on this 4-point lead. There's 3 seconds left. Let's see what they draw up. Pilots still in the zone. Slow developing Zaitsev from the top. He'll shoot a 3. Strong and out. After the first quarter, Braves with a 4-point lead. We'll be heading to the break. Back with more Plus League action. The second set of Plus League merchandise is out. Find it all on our league site, pleagueofficial.com/shop. Highlights from the first quarter where the Braves have taken the 4-point lead through good defense, playing fast in transition, of course, finding their openings when it comes to the pilot zone.
Yeah, Zheng Xiangjun doing a great job in that first quarter, leading the Braves with 9 points. Again, regardless of whether he's a rookie or not, playing very composed basketball in that first quarter.
A little bit of rough play. Chen Xiangjun has a bandage under his right eye. He'll be resting to start the second quarter. Joseph Lin from deep, missing the mark. Same lineup that they ended the first quarter with. Tomboy also in there, number 7.
See both coaching staffs going with a little expanded rotation here in the second game of back-to-back for both teams.
Willie Warren, 2 points.
Nice job by Willie Warren snaking that drop coverage, able to get the wide open mid-range. Something we haven't seen a lot from him this season.
To the other side, Joseph looking off the opportunity for Chen Wending, raising it off the rim. That's a missed shot. Warren will get the double screen. To Davis up top, his 3-point shot. Off the mark. Chen Wending with the rebound. To the top of the landlord, now to Zaitsev. No one really truly matched up on him. They have Reed right now in the middle of the zone. His high arcing shot rattles in.
Yeah, rough spacing for the Braves right there. 3 guys in the same corner. Zaitsev able to bail them out with a nice mid-range jumper.
I'd say the same thing with the Pilots defense. Animal down to Davis. Off of the shin. The center.
Yeah, we see the Braves, the first quarter, they did a really good job of getting the ball to the middle and breaking that zone through there. Last couple possessions, it's been a lot of perimeter passes and settling for 3-point shots. We'll see how they attack the zone this time.
The Brave have excelled at 2 things, defense and their domestic player contributions. They have held opponents to 39% field goal percentage. Joseph, the Singletary up top, his 3-point attempt, bangs in.
Once again, that time the Braves being able to get the ball to Big Z in the middle, inside-out pass, loosens up the zone much better than just perimeter passing.
The Braves average 25% from 3-point range. They're trying to improve on that. League leaders belong to the Pilots at 33%.
Yeah, and a lot of that just guys got to get back into shape. Again, Joseph Lin struggled. You see a nice alley-oop there from Reed to Quincy Davis. Again, Joseph Lin, a great 3-point shooter, struggled a little bit getting into the season. Same with Louis Chen. Another shooter off the bench, Tomboy, missing the shot there.
Pilots, Willie Warren getting the rebound. Another Davis, and he finishes at the rim.
And great look in transition. Quincy always doing a good job running to the rim. Defense got to make body contact.
Pretty modest with the previous alley-oop, just a tip in. That time with authority.
Those old men got to warm up a little bit before they can dunk.
Zaitsev hesitates. He'll hand it off to Weber. Tomboy with a lot of resistance and blocked at the rim.
Yeah, great help defense by Davon Reed.
Switching to the corner, Reed will cut and get hit. No foul call, be off the Braves. Reed hanging onto his head, might have hit the hardwood hard.
Your hands are down.
He replayed the Warren to Davis alley.
Yeah, rarely do we see Quincy jump in the first half, so nice to see that old man's warmed up enough to get up above the rim.
More substitutions. Jian Wei-Lu will come in for Zhang Bohui. Louis for Weber, and then Guan Dayou will take a seat for Si Jingyao. Resting most of the second quarter up to now. Waiting for an opportunity on the inbound. Reed up top. Working on Singletary. Now throws it to Lewis. 2-on opportunity. Singletary with the left hand in.
Singletary's done a good job this game, just getting out in transition, getting some easy baskets there off the Louis Chen steal. Nice assist.
Still pretty tight here, a 5-point game. The only other time they matched up this season back on January 2nd. That was in Heping Gymnasium. Back and forth game where Warren splashes the 3. Back and forth game where the Braves were up 10 at the half, but then the Pilots tied it in the 3rd. Braves took it in the 4th. Singletary will try to counter. He's too strong. Warren up for the rebound with momentum. Euros, but through the trees. Can't get that one through.
And that's what the Braves are able to do. They're able to put Zhengwending in there. They're able to put Big Z in there. Hands up, it's really tough to make those interior passes.
Zaitsev on Manimal, short with a hook shot. Look what I found for the landlord. Looks like he might have tweaked something on the way down. Slipping the screen. Like a 1-4 set for Reed to pull up from top. 2 points.
Yeah, and that's what Davon's going to need to do. Manimal not being a huge threat on that roll. Defense can pay attention to him. There's Big Z, once again, getting a pass from the corner. Easy layup in transition.
Back and forth we go underneath 7.5 minutes. Still a Braves 4-point lead. No. Willie Warren, nice assist to Davis, waiting for the easy 2.
And Warren's done a great job of that this entire season. Just been able to snake through the defense today, finding Q for some easy layups.
Singletary will hit another 3-pointer. He's heating up.
We mentioned before the broadcast, Mike's just finding his role in this offense. Today looking very comfortable. Good shots in the rhythm of the offense.
Part of rotating your guys for back-to-back games like they do in the Plus League. Singletary didn't play a minute in the 4th quarter in anticipation for this matchup. He's 2 for 5.
And that's where it's tough for these imports. Again, with 3 guys rotating 2 spots, see Quincy with another offensive rebound put back, missed that time. But Mike gets 1 game of action and then rests for a week. So it's tough for him to get back in the rhythm.
Poking away Sijiao with a steal. Previously Davis, 2 times too hard. Maybe he's a little too warmed up, coach. Animal with a tough bank shot. Foul on the reach by Zhengwending.
Yeah, it's fun to be able to see Big Z and Quincy battling in the post. Quincy doing such a good job of getting in the paint, getting out with 2.9. This job sneaking into the paint behind Willie Warren's drive for the easy layup.
Often we see Willie Warren dribble and start taking the steps pretty early, and that's where the defense could focus in on him. But now keeping the dribble alive, forcing Zaitsev to commit, left the teammate open.
Yeah, the Braves are an early help team, so they're going to get there. If that third help defender is not going to be there on the dig, it's going to be easy shots for Quincy Davis all game long.
His free throw by the Manimal. We mentioned the last time they played each other, Reed scored 17 in the 4th quarter, where Jet, Zhang Shen, top of the block right now. He scored 15 for the Braves, and it was the defense and the 6 offensive rebounds that won it in the end for the home team. Made second, and Ling Yaozong will take a seat. Switching up to a man defense. Chen Qinghwan is also in the game. That's Ahwan. Lewis looking for an opportunity. Down to Zaitsev. He's on Reed over Davis as well with the right hook.
And that's the result of that early switching. Big Z sees the mismatch, rolls right into the post. Davon Reed a little too small, not able to contest that baby hook.
This Plus League game played in front of, well, no audience. This played behind closed doors. Part of the city government's, the league collaboration to prevent the spread of COVID-19. Ahwan through the middle. He thought he was hit. Braves will get a chance to extend on this 6-point lead. Zhang Shen to the hoop. Floater is strong. Reed all the way to the hoop with the right hand and one. Zheng Xiangjun with a foul.
And that's not going to make Coach Roger happy. It's just bad defense. Nobody stopping the ball in transition, nobody communicating. Davon Reed just driving right through 3 guys. Now with the opportunity for the 3-point play. Coach Roger obviously not happy with that defense, leading to the early timeout here.
With that, it'll be 4-point lead for the Braves with a free throw to go. Right now, leading scorer of the game. We'll be back with that after a break. During the breaks in the action, check out the weekly shows on our YouTube page, P.LEAGUE, on the YouTube site, including top plays, highlights, behind the scenes, and our most popular segment, 裁判好好说, where the head referee, head official, Lin Jinglong, explains calls on the court, good, bad, and explaining the thought process behind officiating professional basketball games.
Yeah, it's something that the Plus League has done a good job with, just trying to get these referees trained and having them do a good job. A lot of referee education and a lot of just clear communication with the fans too. Good job by the Plus League.
Braves still talking over outside of the free throw circle. Reed will step up to the free throw line. He's leading the game with 16 points, 12 apiece for Michael Singletary and Ihor Zaisev for the Braves. Completing the three-point play. Down to a three-point deficit for the Pilots.
Davon Reed continuing to be the prolific scorer he is. Right. Seemingly leading the Pilots in scoring every game.
Applying a little bit of pressure on Sang Dong-shin. Jet will streak across with a handoff. Now down low to Jet. Good hands. Missing the shot at the end.
Yeah, nice play out of the timeout. Jack absorbing the contact, just not being able to finish the layup.
Reed will cut and throw it to empty space. There's Chen Qinghwan. Foul on Lewis on the poke.
Yeah, but we could see that time the Braves picking up the roll, not letting an easy basket for Quincy Davis. Ahwan being in the right spot at the right time. Getting the foul called on Lewis Chen. His second.
Second personal on Lewis. It's the third team foul. No team fouls for the Pilots. Hong will hand it off to Reed. A lot of attention. Davis from the top drive. High, bounces the layup in.
And that's something where Big Z's got to know. Quincy Davis, strong right-hand driver, force him to that left hand, a lot easier to defend.
1 point game, Sang Dong-shin with his right hand, throws it right to Davis, anticipating the pass. Reed, everyone backs off of him, he'll shoot and hit.
Once again, we see the Braves really struggling in transition defense. Nobody picking up to stop the ball, no communication. Davon Reed with another transition three-pointer.
The Pilots sticking with this man defense as Lewis will drive, trying to find space, he'll back it out. On Pom-Pom, choose to shoot the three, short, and Reed with a rebound.
And that's the difference between Davon Reed and a local. And you get the mismatch, Lewis not being able to hit that step back three, whereas Davon Reed makes that three easily.
Jianwei Lu right now 0 for 5 in the game, 3 personal fouls. Things not going good for him. He does have 4 assists.
And he's one of those Braves that's struggled a little bit in this season. Yesterday, before his 3 of 5 performance from the three-point line, he was struggling a little bit, 22%. Again, his struggles continue here today.
Warren probing. Over to the other side, Reed. With Zhou Guiyu in the game. One of the young forwards, young wings for the Braves. Off the mark. Zhou Guiyu will push it up the head.
With the Braves resting a lot of their veterans, we see a lot of rookies getting some important minutes here for the Braves.
Shot rattles in.
Nothing beats shot making.
The 6'4" forward from Sifan Daxue, known as the Teachers and Educators School. Pom-Pom. Ball bouncing around side to side, switching out to this side. Davon Reed stepping on the line.
But that's not one of your favorites.
No,
right?
no, no. I like the ones where they make a move, a dribble move, and step on the line, going backwards. Still going. A lot of disrespect from Pom-Pom so far away. Pom-Pom, they haven't matched up on Zaisev. He seems to need a little bit, work a little bit harder against the likes of Pom-Pom, and for the Dreamers, Wang Bo to the tank, trying to go with size and weight against Zaitsev instead of just straight up height and athleticism.
Yeah, I mentioned it earlier, Pong Pong. Again, he and Zaitsev have been in the same league for the previous 3 years, so obviously very familiar with each other's tendencies. And Pong Pong being very comfortable being able to defend him.
Singletary working on Reed, driving left with a step back. High arcing shot, a little strong. Warren high for the rebound.
Yeah, nice job by the guard coming back in, getting the nice play. But again, the Pilots just getting a rebound, dribbling it right up. Nobody stopping the ball. Too easy in transition.
That's Lightingen in the game now. He's played all 8. 25-year-old. He leads the team with 14 total steals. Driving, slipping a little bit. Finding Zaitsev will take the wing 3. Strong. Fight for the rebound. Davis will finally get it. Warren, content with slowing it down. Davis, the pick and roll. He drives left. Looking for a teammate. Either pokes away. He'll shoot the 3 instead. Settling and missing.
We see a lot of tired guys out there settling for 3s.
Going back inbounds, that's Sijing out. Soboy commits the foul on Davis. Talk about tired bodies. Davis just shielding the basketball, anticipating the foul.
Yeah, it's interesting to see these Pilots obviously think this game is important. Previously, he doesn't play too much in the first half, but Quincy Davis already seen some extended minutes here into the end of the second quarter.
That's Xu Jingze, Roger, coach of the Braves on the sidelines. That's Guan Dayo back in the game. He seems so emotionless, but last week, when CEO of the league Charles Chen and our Mr. Plus, Chong Wei, got him on, he was boasting he would lock down Oscar Gao, one of his peers in high school, on defense and take him on offense. That was the last episode of our behind-the-scenes Liemong Mangsima for the fans to check out. Interesting to see the off-court and the on-court behavior of all the players.
Yeah, it's good to see the Plus League giving players an opportunity to show their personality a little bit. And we talked about guys' demeanor on the court and off the court is very different. It's nice to let our fans understand what kind of people these guys are off the court.
Davis already 11 points and 7 rebounds, the graphic on your screen. Courtesy of fine folks at TV. Foul underneath.
And we're
Singletary.
10 minutes and 40 seconds into the second quarter. The Pilots with their first foul. Something Coach Roger was just reminding the refs of in the last timeout. Mike Singletary, nice spin move baseline. Pump fake to get Quincy in the air for the 2 free throw opportunities.
2 fouls for Davis. Singletary makes the first. One more to go. Quick with the rhythm, Singletary flushes both. Leading scorer for the Braves, Singletary with those 2 free throws, getting his point total up to 14 on the game. Reed, a lot of traffic in front. Patient with the dribble, working on Lightingen. Finding space in the middle to the house with a right hand.
I have no idea what Big Z was doing on that play. Pick and roll, did not help at all. Leaving the lane wide open for that ferocious dunk by Davon Reed.
There's Big Z working his own pick and roll. Space underneath, left hand in. And running a little bit low on time. Guan Dayo working off the pesky Lightingen.
Trying to go for 2 for 1 here. Davon Reed looking a little gassed. Going for the 1 for 1.
Getting the Davis screen. Running out of time. He'll shoot the 2. Rattles in. Long 2. Foot on the line. Braves one more chance to counter. They're down by 1 now. Not in any hurry. Zaitsev's on top. Looking up Lightingen. Still clear. 4, 3, 2. Foul before the shot attempt. Not advisable, but they didn't have fouls to give.
I mentioned the Braves only being able to create 1 foul earlier. Pum Pum knowing he's got fouls to give. Good foul in that pick and roll coverage.
Timeout on the floor. They want to talk it over. Braves with an opportunity to take the lead back.
Here we see Zaitsev just being an observer as Davon Reed drives right into the lane. Not sure if he's not willing to help or too tired to help.
Zaitsev had yesterday up where Charles Garcia played a good game against the Lioneers. That seems to be his favorite matchup. 17 points and 16 rebounds and some light work. It's the first time, Coach, that any Plus League team has not scored more than 80 points. The Lioneers yesterday only 67.
Yeah, you could see that the Braves took their first loss of the season personally. Going into last weeks of practice, obviously correcting some things, shutting down that Lioneers offense. As you said, dominant defensive performance yesterday. Here we'll see if they'll be able to have an offensive performance with 2.48 on the clock left in the second quarter.
The Braves are averaging just about 99 points a game, so close to being on pace for that. Stick around for the halftime player interview right before we go to the halftime break. All interesting and fun content in the Plus League getting incorporated into our broadcast. We appreciate the hard work of our broadcast partners, stadium officials, and in particular in Taoyuan, the workers around the arena for keeping the floor clean, keeping the floor dry. Pilots were out of their time at first. There's Yang Yifeng, head coach of the team. Turnaround, what could be considered kind of a bumpy start. Taking the first game against the Dreamers. Now Zaitsev with a turnaround. That one was poked. Just like that, we're heading to halftime.
Yeah, we can see from the beginning of the first quarter, Quincy showing his performance on the offensive glass to the last play of the first half, getting that block. Quincy Davis putting his mark on this game.
Reminder, this evening is the Formosa Taisheng Dreamers against the Hsinchu Jiekou Lioneers. They tip off at 5 p.m. Taiwan time. That takes place in Hsinchu, the Lions Den. We're being told Zheng Xiangjun Jack will be the player to be interviewed. There's our colleagues Ah Xiaoyuan and Ling Yaozong.
Hey.
There's Jack. Asked about the start of the game, performing really well, getting the dunk.
因为其实开赛的时候，教练就有说他们中锋的快攻回防很慢，所以我就叫我们几个本土中锋要快速的跑起来，让拖他们的体力啊，对吧？然后也好几球都是跑出快攻出来这样。
Could be a little bit sluggish, so running them will be an advantage. Now asked about the poke in the close to the eye.
还好没有，就是眼角破掉这样。
Seems like he's all right, just a little bit of a cut. He'll be fine. Now asked about his nickname, the #2 landlord, Fang Dong.
有啊，就其实刚刚场下顶哥也就是教我很多，就是几个防守就是卡位的诀窍啊，然后一些小 mega 吧，都要。
Upperclassmate, can you say for
跟顶哥这样
reminding him about defensive techniques and working really closely together. Thanks for Jack for joining us on the halftime content in the Plus League. We'll be going to a break. Halftime coming up. We'll be back.
Give this team more respect than they deserve. We're not friends with nobody on this fucking court. We're gonna go out, we're gonna take care of business, handle home court. We owe them money. Let's get the job done.
Yeah, anticipate where the next pass is going to be made, anticipate where the next cut is going to be made, and then decide who you're going to help.
在场上就做好自己该做的事情啊，然后你不要被别人影响，就是上场就打就对了，你不用想那个。
Now
但是我们现在是回防的问题啊，因为我们现在刚刚会分数被追回去，就是失误太多，然后没办法回防。
We were in control of the game. We were winning. All we got to do is regain control of the game.
领先那么多，那我要怎么去掌控这个节奏？这是我要去学习。
带领这些学弟吧，小弟，就是让他们说在什么情况做什么事，让他们越来越好。
COVID-19 is still a serious threat. Do your part in preventing the spread by wearing your mask outside your house, washing your hands frequently, and following the guidelines of health experts. These measures plus the vaccine will get us through these times. Coach, a well-played game so far. Maybe not the dramatic back and forth of their last matchup, with the two teams competing hard and leading to the 1-point advantage for the Pilots. There you see the halftime stats. First half stats were just true to form. The Braves are shooting about 25%-ish, 3-point range. Pilots with an advantage on the rebounds, 28-20. Close in assists. Pilots a few more steals though.
Yeah, and that's something that we rarely see. Usually these Braves are the team out-rebounding the opponent. Today they're down by 8 total and by 5 in the offensive rebounding count. But again, neither team playing a lot of defense. Both teams shooting 55% from 2.
Coach Yang Yifeng talks about how their domestic players need to step up. Only 5 have scored in the game. We'll bring you those scoring totals. For the Braves, Coach Roger likes to get everyone involved, and so far 10 players have made it onto the floor. There's the scoring standings for each team. Saisef and Singletary 14 apiece. Then Xiangqun Jack with 9. Zhou Huiyu with 3, and Jet Zhang Zhongxin, he has 3 as well.
Yeah, great to see Singletary up there in the scoring leaders for the Braves, starting to fit in more and more on the offensive side.
On the other side, Davon Reed leading the whole field with 21 points. Davis with 13 points. Willie Warren with 9. Si Jiao with 6, and Li Yaozong with 1. That's all they're scoring for now in this game. Coach, they've only played 8 players, so being a little bit more conservative are the Pilots.
Yeah, and I think this is the first time we've seen Quincy Davis go over 20 minutes in the first half, playing 21 minutes. Obviously, the Pilots taking this game very seriously.
With a chance to close in on the Braves' lead, we'll be going to break with more halftime analysis coming up. We mentioned the second set of Plus League merchandise is out. Find it all on our league site, where you can also find the live stats of each game. That's pleagueofficial.com. Get outerwear, hats, socks, shirts, tote bags, and more importantly, Plus League masks. My personal favorite will be the gradient black and gold baseball jerseys. If your attention back on the court, we're back and forth game between the top 2 teams in the league, fighting for that first seed. In the end of the season, will receive a automatic spot in the championship series.
Yeah, yesterday we saw the 4th matchup between the Pilots and the Dreamers. Today it's only the 2nd matchup between the Braves and the Pilots, so these teams still getting a feel for each other. And great first half, 1-point difference at halftime. Fun to see both teams' adjustments coming out of this halftime break.
So while their domestic players have averaged 64 points per game of their 99-point average, that's especially true in the 4th quarter, so where the Braves are especially strong, but without Beast, Lin Zijie, Taoyuan Chen, also not expected to play. That's 2 rocks of the lineup that will be a big, interesting point of emphasis for the Braves, their younger guys.
Yeah, but that's where we see the Braves' depth coming in to be a factor. Sung Xiangjun, the rookie, coming in, having a great first half. Zhou Guiyu coming in late in the 2nd quarter, having a nice contribution off the bench. These Braves can take a little time to get some of their young and some experience on the court.
Davon Reed played all 24 minutes of the first half, and so did Zaitsev. Mike Singletary only got 28 seconds of rest. Coach mentioned before, Davis played more than 20 minutes, so all of that interesting to keep a lookout for in the second half. One last break before the second half action continues here in Taoyuan.
Plus League 职人元年编号16场次的赛事，题主桃园领航员挑战在本季富邦勇士首次来到了桃园巨蛋的比赛。两队上半场打完，领航员1分的领先。下胜利领航员，全面桃园领航员，得分一瞬间快如闪电，全面桃园领航员，胜利在今天，荣耀桃园，胜利归我桃园领航员。
Welcome back from the break. The Dreamers and the Lioneers play in the evening game. Coach, a few pointers to the 2 teams at the bottom of the table, how they can get their teams going in the right direction.
Yeah, we obviously see a matchup of the top 2 teams here. Our second matchup of the day with the Dreamers and the Lioneers. Yeah, the Lioneers have had a good showing, but then yesterday kind of dropped back to form. They're struggling a little bit offensively. See if they can get some points on the board. See if LaDante Henson gets back on the court.
12 fouls combined between the two teams, the referees letting them play this out. Also interesting to note that the Braves have 14 points off of the Pilots' turnovers. We talked about earlier their fast pace getting up the floor. Just Andrew talked about it at the halftime as well.
Yeah, the Braves have had a really tough time matching up in transition. We've seen a lot of guys dribbling from the backcourt straight into a layup. Guys not matching up with Davon Reed at the three-point line. Again, that's something that the Braves are going to have to communicate better in the second half if they're going to shut down this Pilots offense.
Davon Reed, you see on the screen, he's got 21 points. He averages 28, leading the league in scoring. The single game high is 42 points set by Anthony Tucker. He's in the registered roster for tonight's game. Davon on pace to match it.
Is that our math lesson for the day, Ryan?
Did it do it right? Yes, if I did it right, then whoa, yeah. Math lesson. Dizzy out too hard, and lucky bounce Davis with the rebound, but blocked at the rim by Zaitsev. Singletary with a lane to the hoop, closes down by the Pilots, foul underneath.
We see the Braves taking a book out of the Pilots playbook. Singletary, great attack on transition. Gets the foul, but not the free throws.
As long as they're consistent. Long shot, Singletary with a rebound. Turning around and finding space around Davon Reed.
Great, we saw a spin move from the other side in the first half. This time, once again, spinning baseline. Nice touch finish by Singletary.
Just for a reference, yesterday's game that we called here in Taoyuan had a total of 44 fouls. Reed, a little left with the shot.
I'm not sure if that's fatigue coming into factor or the official's whistle being a little bit different. Not a lot of
with a steal. Reed over to Willie Warren. Hanging on to Jet behind him. We got a 2-on-2 break. Zaitsev coming in with a trailer. He had that ball poked away. Singletary to Lewis in the corner. His shot, short.
Lewis continuing to struggle in this game. He's going to need to make some shots if the coach is going to keep him in the game.
Switching out, another try. Davis down low. Just a smart rebounder with a good position there. Short shot clock. Reed with the Davis screen. He's retreating to the corner with the side stepper off the mark. Kind of slow to get us started here. Zaitsev ducking over the middle. Missing the shot, but he was fouled.
Yeah, these Braves bigs continuing to run the floor. We can see Jack first getting out there, bringing the defense with him. Big Z running in his wake. Pom Pom defending two, a little bit late on the defense. Can only foul it.
Just like that. Manimal will come on for Pong Pong.
Yeah, a couple quick fouls for Pong Pong here in the third quarter. 4 for the game. We're going to see how Manimal does at the 4 right now.
The only player with 4 fouls is Pong Pong. First free throw goes down. Zaitsev with 15 points and 8 rebounds. Not the most productive player in the statistical category, but one of the players who has the highest impact, would you say, Coach?
Yeah, definitely. He's such a smart player, both offensively and defensively. Does a great job using his body. Offensively, just very smart, knowing which players to get the ball to.
Davis with a 3-point attempt. They look like they set that one up for him. He's strong. Zaitsev across to Lewis, who will spin and cut. Runs out of dribble, though. Jack from the middle. Shoots his leaner, short. Zaitsev down to the floor. Foul underneath. Jack with a push.
We see as this game goes on, it's getting more and more physical. The refs obviously being aware of that. Starting to call a lot more fouls here in the third quarter.
With a 2-hand push on Davis, leading to the foul. Starting lineup for the Braves. Davis from deep, he hits the second one.
And Quincy obviously very comfortable with that outside shot, something he's worked on in his time in Taiwan. Showing the touch here today.
Lewis with his ISF screen, driving down, baseline. Run out of dribble. Singletary will shoot the left wing three, rattles out. Zaitsev had a chance, but poked out of bounds.
Yeah, curious there. We saw Jet earlier in the season doing a lot of cutting from the weak side. That time, straight out of the perimeter. Lewis, no one to pass to. As we see Q hit that top of the key three-pointer.
Before the game, he was only 1 for 8, working on that three-point percentage. Manimal on the post, no intention to attack. Davis, another three, and another make. Can't leave him alone anymore.
And that's something that in his advanced age, he has to step out on the perimeter a little bit more, especially today playing big minutes. Again, good job able to contribute it from the perimeter.
19 points already for Q, they call him. Singletary. The jack underneath. Davon Reed has his back turn and over the top 2 points.
Yeah, nice find by Singletary off that pick and roll. Davon Reed getting caught underneath. Jack with a finish over his back.
Pilots lead by 1. 8 minutes and 10 seconds left in the third quarter. Setting up for Reed. He hesitates and drives right. Gets contact at the rim. Banks it home.
Great finish through contact there by Davon Reed. Jack flying in from the weak side. Davon Reed didn't even feel it.
Now Zaitsev driving on Davis. Right side blocked from behind, but called for the foul.
Interesting going forward. Not sure how long Quincy's going to play here in this third quarter. Typically the Pilots coaching staff, we see him with the foul on Zaitsev's drive. Usually leaves him out of the game in the third quarter, using him exclusively in the fourth. Not sure how many more minutes the veteran Quincy Davis has left in this game.
He's played approximately 26 minutes already. Yesterday he was sitting at 27 for the whole game. All 12 minutes of the fourth quarter played by Davis. Made free throw. Lead is cut down to 2. Reed waiting for a play to develop. Animal to Warren. Switching up top, he thought about it. Pilots getting stagnant. Warren keeps his balance and floats it. Short. Zaitsev for the rebound. Numbers for the Braves. Aaron pass, but Jet is there in the corner. He hits.
And that's what the Braves do. They run those wings to the corners in transition. Exhausting for them, but good shot opportunities. Jet with a nice make. Singletary with a nice steal.
Up ahead, Warren flies by. Right-handed layup in. Timeout on the floor. The Pilots want to talk it over. A quick flurry. Neither team with great movement. We'll see how the coaches adjust. We'll be going to a break. Back after this. Thanks for watching the Plus League. Help our broadcasts out. Show your support by giving the stream a thumbs up. Getting our visibility up. So will Sun Siyao, who's in the game for the first time. He hasn't played in a long time, number 15, out of the famous green shield, Songsan High School. There's Davis catching his breath. We talked about his rotation minutes, giving way to one of the younger centers on the team.
Yeah, we can see the coaching staff obviously aware of his minutes going up and up. Still wanting to save him for the fourth quarter, letting the rookie get in the game, have his first crack at this Braves lineup.
Warren with the early three, rattling out that one.
Braves lucky there, a little bit of a miscommunication, wide open shot, just not able to hit it.
Lewis trying to get it to Jack. He's got Lucio on him. Left, right, fake, but loses the basketball. Davon Reed to the other side. Again.
I've lost it.
Missed shot. Chen the other way. Assist by Lewis.
Davon Reed with that slippery ball I was talking about yesterday. Not just me with the turnovers out here.
Over the top to Sijiyao. Looking for room. Davon Reed will try the shot. Bricks it. Singletary. To the hoop. And Feng Chang. A little too aggressive.
That's something we saw earlier. Pong Pong with the three in the first half, getting leaked out on. There, Davon Reed getting leaked out on. Something the Pilots need to do a better job of going forward.
Underneath, cutting without the basketball. Sijiyao underneath for two. Lewis to Zaitsev. Touching in. Fast break points keep coming in.
Yeah, but once again, Mike Singletary sprinting to that ball side corner. Zaitsev sneaking in behind the defense for the layup in transition.
Making it a 5-point Braves lead. Sijiyao screening, then rolling. Davon Reed short. Tang Dongxian leaking out ahead. 2-on-1. Put back by Zheng Xiangjun.
And these Braves just sprinting out on every possession here with no bigs in there to get the rebounds. These Braves know that they can get out on the release and get easy fast break opportunities.
Which you always talk about, defense leading the offense. Working really well for the Braves right now.
Yeah, and that's a luxury that these Braves have. Knowing that Zaitsev's in the game for rebounds like this, their guards can just release on the ball, knowing that they're not going to have to worry about boxing out.
Lewis, get it to Singletary. Across to Zaitsev. He works to the left side, foul, and one. Rolls it in.
Yeah, the rookie getting a little bit of on-the-job experience with the weak foul. Zaitsev with a three-point opportunity.
Just like that, Pong Pong and Davis coming into the game.
Not even resting 3 minutes. Pilots coaching staff seeing this game get a little bit out of hand. Quincy getting in very quickly to hopefully stop the bleeding.
At the line now. Zaitsev can't complete the three-point play. He has 21 points. To the hoop, Reed. A lot of resistance at the rim. Joseph Lin can't track that one down. Look out to the broadcasters on the Mandarin side.
Yeah, great job right there by Meng Xue, who just got in the game, number 13, just walling up on that weak side, going straight up. Tough shot by Davon Reed.
Everybody's okay. Willie Warren will get the Pilot started.
Yeah, Mike Singletary overestimating his teammate's speed right there.
Joseph Lin is free to flip. Davis from the top, Jordan to the left. Lewis will track it down and get around Davis. Playing with more energy. There's Li Mengxue waiting for Reed to come down on him. Looks like both guys are all right.
And that Mengxue being a little polite on that finish, knowing that he had him up in the air. Not wanting to do anything dangerous. Just going with these two shots from the line.
First time on the floor, Li Mengxue. Out of Taishan High School, Taishan Gaozong, and nearby Guoli Tiyu Daxue in Taoyuan. Been with the Braves since 2015.
Yeah, he's a guy who's very familiar with the system. Coach Roger knows that he can put him in, and he's going to abide by the game plan. He's going to do what he needs to do, not go out of his what his assigned role is going to be. Not a luxury for any coach.
Two made free throws, good sign for them. It was a struggle in both arenas when it comes to foul line shooting. Guan Dayo also in the game. He'll start the offense. Giving off to Reed. Joseph with a turnover. He'll pull it back, shoot the three. Off the mark, tipped way out of bounds. Getting his own rebound technically.
You can see the Braves just being fresher here in this third quarter. Singletary with another baseline spin.
Going up to Warren with space. Making a three-point attempt.
Yeah, not something we've seen Willie Warren do a lot in Taiwan here.
Silkway will get it out to Zaitsev. He's got Davon Reed, but Davis's long hands intercept the pass. Guan Dayo will slow it down. Reed now. Swing it over to Warren. Trying to find space, up to Davis, underneath. Called for 3 seconds.
Yeah, Pilots just looking absolutely gassed here in the third quarter. Not sure if it's a result of that close game they played yesterday, but a lot of game plan errors, a lot of pump fakes. Braves just staying down. No easy shots.
Building on the largest lead on the game, but Reed fouled and one. Joseph Lin, a touch foul.
We've seen these Braves give the Pilots opportunities. Last possession, Mongshue with a turnover, trying to make the entry pass. This time, Joe doing the same thing. Allowing Davon Reed a three-point opportunity.
I was almost surprised that Joseph Lin making such a careless mistake. He's been with the Braves for a number of years as well. Also 2015.
Yeah, ever since coming back to Taiwan after graduating from Hamilton College in New York, been with the Braves and struggling a little bit in this first season of the Plus League, but I'm sure he'll get back to his normal self soon.
Working with Zaitsev on the pick and roll. They're twisting it. Singletary, momentum moving to his right, missing the shot. Here's Guan Dayo pushing the pace yet again. Instructions from the team and a good suggestion by Coach Ben. Doing it dutifully. Pom Pom with a tough thread and getting it into Guan Dayo. No opportunities opened up. Reed underneath the basket. Short with a shot.
Yeah, Davon struggling a little bit in this third quarter, missing shots that he usually makes.
Hooking it over to Silkway. He'll take the three-point attempt. Too long. Reed. Pushing it up ahead. Warren underneath. Davis. Nobody guarding the guy behind. 2 points with the dunk.
Yeah, great look right there by Willie Warren in transition. First great cut out of the corner, but then knowing that Quincy's going to be right there, little dump off for the Davis dunk.
Again, matched up when he came to Zaitsev. Willie Warren kept his dribble alive. Now Joseph working the middle. Mongshue, his shot from the corner is pure.
And that's something he's going to need to hit. Again, with Zaitsev rolling down there, the defense is definitely going to suck in. If he can hit that shot, it just opens up the defense so much.
Guan Dayo had that pass rejected, gets it back. Gets a live dribble back. Off the bounce, almost carrying it in. Braves with good defense and still way to the hoop, missing. Mongshue on the other side. Braves running away with this one. Getting back to an 11-point lead.
Yeah, the Braves, knowing that they're going to have a disadvantage, only having one import on the court in the fourth quarter, trying to extend this lead as much as possible in these last 40 seconds.
Reed underneath the Pom Pom. Leaves it up and in.
Great dive by Pom Pom. Nice little teardrop finish over the contesting Zaitsev.
Braves setting up for a last shot. Trying to leave as little time left for the Pilots. Joseph through the middle. Swinging out to Mongshue from the other side. Short. Pilots with their own chance. Cut this lead down to single digits. Excuse me, already single digits. A lot of pressure on Reed. So Guan Dayo put up a shot, beating the buzzer. Too strong. Well, it is single digits. 9-point lead for the Braves. They'll be heading to the fourth quarter break. We'll see if the Pilots and Quincy Davis can come up with an answer. Back after the break. Taoyuan Arena, home of the Taoyuan Pilots, setting up their merchandise in the stands behind. There's Willie Warren and Dave Reed still resting, talking it over. We talk about Quincy Davis, played a huge factor yesterday afternoon with 5 offensive rebounds, 3 block shots just in the fourth quarter. Coach checking out the box scores. He has 8 points to lead the Pilots in the third, playing 9 minutes. They got to change it up for this fourth quarter, figure out how they can get back on top.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting because he's already stuck at 30 minutes with 12 minutes to go. His previous high on the season was 38 minutes, but that wasn't on a back-to-back. Yesterday, after 27 minutes, we'll see how long he can last before getting a break here in the fourth quarter.
Now, a factor to that is also how quick of a pace the Braves play. Saw them with a lot of fast break points in the third quarter leaking out. Right now they have Zaitsev at center, maybe Monkster, and Sokoyer as the 2 forwards. Not guys who would get stuck in the mud so much. Underneath the Zaitsev, the left hand, easy finish.
Yeah, just perfect pick and roll. Zaitsev, great roll and seal. Joseph Lin able to hang in the air, suck in the defense, and with a nice drop off to Zaitsev for the layup.
Reed, the one import for the Pilots, have that little one slip away. No look pass from Lewis, leads to a foul. Leon's all he could do was dive after it.
And that's what we talked about late in the third. The Braves just being quicker to the ball here. And on that turnover on the other end, Lewis with the ill-advised no-look pass. It worked out for him, though, getting the foul called on number 28, Aya.
This is an our house. Let's play like it.
Here, Davon Reed encouraging his teammates. Braves will start up top. Joseph Lin. Zaitsev, he's cutting right. High floater and in.
And that's what we talked about, just his versatility on the offensive end. We've seen him do it from the passing side, that time with a nice running floater over Pom-Pom.
Building upon the lead. Right now, a game high 13. Davon worked to the other side, missing the reverse layup.
Yeah, again, these are shots that he was making in the first half. Struggled a little bit here in the second half. But again, the Braves just quicker to the ball. Joseph Lin getting his own rebounds. Zaitsev diving down the lane for 2 more, extending this to a 15-point lead here in the fourth quarter.
Reed took a hard fall, but came back on defense and now jogged up to the floor, joining his Pilots. With a lift still. Zhijing out with a corner 2, off the mark. Davis to Pom-Pom. Slippery hands over there for the Pilots.
I'm telling you, Ryan, when that ball gets wet, it's slippery.
Not intended to target, but Zaisev. Lewis. Too strong. This game's slowing down a lot more in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you can see the effects of this back-to-back coming into effect for both of these teams.
Running out of options. Davis had that one poked away. Fell on the floor for fighting for the basketball.
But once again, these Braves first to the floor, first to these loose balls. Ryan, you mentioned it just now. Davon Reed imploring these Pilots to play like it's our home court. Again, getting out-hustled here in the second half.
Just looking at the fourth quarter score, 6-0 for the Braves. The energy and pace still playing in their favor. Talk about Joseph Lin getting more opportunities. Getting his run this game. Overshoots the floater. But on defense, the important part is being disruptive if you can't physically match up with the guards of the other team. Saw Lighting do that a lot. Now Davis with three. Off and to the right. They get the ball back. Try to get Davis. Involved with the pick and roll. Warren slipping. Over the footwork. Leaves it short.
But again, that big body of Big Z in there crowding up the paint. Tough to finish over him.
Spinning Joseph. Guanayo have to commit the foul on Zaisev.
Again, we see Joe jumping in the air, getting caught a little bit. His teammate diving down the lane, bailing him out.
Saw Anthony Tucker with the spinning layup. Time trying the spinning pass.
Yeah, Joseph Lin not getting up quite as high as Anthony Tucker can.
Zaisev makes the first.
You see the Pilots over there with the general manager stepping into that coaching circle, trying to help the Braves. I'm sorry, help the Pilots stop the bleeding here in the fourth.
Missing the free throw leaves Zaisev's point total at 28. He has 17 rebounds as well. Yesterday, Kadeem Jack was also in the neighborhood of 30 and 20. Finishing the night with 19 rebounds. Davis again from deep, missing again. Pilots are settling.
Yeah, you said it, Ryan. A lot of perimeter shots off one or two passes here for the Pilots.
That would work if you're making them all, but that's not the case for the Pilots. Struggling to stay in this game, really. Nimosher blows the layup.
Joseph Lin just setting him up on a platter. Unfortunately, blows the layup. No assist for Lin.
Foul call on the Braves. Will be just their first team foul.
Yeah, we can see the Pilots coaching staff just grasping at straws here, just trying to get a spark from somebody. Imports not being able to score. As we see Willie Warren with a miss. Hopefully a local will step up for them on the scoring column.
Short again, Willie Warren hasn't made that adjustment. Lewis fighting for the rebound will get tipped to Guandayo. He looks like he still has some energy, pushing it up for the Pilots. He's trapped in the middle, he'll float it up. A little strong, Joseph poking at it from behind.
A lot of energy, not a lot of touch.
Of course, that's the directive for younger Guandayo, but I'm sure coaches also talk about sometimes you need to adjust your rhythm too.
Yeah, that's something, you know, he's a rookie coming out of college. He'll get there. Just trying to figure it out now on the fly. Good on-the-job training.
Zaisev indicating that Guanayo pushed him from behind, leading to his foul. Seeing the replay. All the guys trying to get mixed up down there.
If Zaitsev fell because of that push, he's got to get in the weight room.
Clyde Galway's in the game, number 18. We should check with the officials about the uniform. Leave it untucked.
Yeah, these pilots just trying to get a spark from anybody off that bench.
Davis to Light. He slips with it. Baseline jumper. Found from behind. That was Davis crashing the boards. Brave disrupted that. It's Jet, Zhang Zhongxian. The baseline out of bounds.
You see Coach Roger there with the luxury of Jet resting this for most of the second half, getting put in there to hopefully seal off this victory here in the fourth.
They still have 7 minutes to mount a comeback. Chen Jinghuan, 23, to Warren, the trademark crossover, floats it, bouncing out of the rim, unlucky there.
Yeah, been a tough rim on this side in the second half for the Pilots.
Joseph Lin will take a step back and hit.
See him, both he and Mike Singletary getting back to themselves here in this game. Joseph Lin, just a dominant performance with the pick and rolls. There, finding his touch from range.
Handing off to Warren, he switches it. A little shake and bake, losing the basketball, slippery again. Zhang Zhongxian, one man to beat. Will jump up high and beat Black Wolway.
Yeah, but there you can see the fatigue. Quincy Davis just popping out on all these pick and rolls, not putting any pressure on the defense. Again, rough second half for these Pilots.
Their shooting percentage has dropped significantly, right now at 35% on the game. Much higher earlier. Ahuan, the Pong Pong, right side. They needed that one, it rattles in and out.
But again, we can see these Pilots, even when they're getting into the lane with Zaitsev there, they're just passing it right out. Bigs popping for threes. Probably not the way that they're going to get back into this game.
As the score remains, it would tie the low in the league scoring. Talked about the Lioneers last night having nothing against the Braves in their rematch. Warren to the hoop. Overshoots the layup a little bit.
Yeah, and that's just a shot he's got to make. Joseph Lin coming over from the weak side. You talk about his diminutive stature. He's got to make that shot over Joseph Lin.
Zhang Zhongxian will punish them, making the three-pointer. Bring up the lead to, let's do the math, lesson of the day. Is that 24 points?
It's a lot to a little right now, Ryan. That's all that matters.
Zhang Zhongxian had that poked away. Zaitsev flying in for the steal, got tangled up with Davis. He'll commit the foul. A lot was made of Zhang Zhongxian changing his shooting form a number of times in the last 3 years. Whatever he's doing now, leading to success. Michael will try to counter, missing again.
I think the biggest thing Jet's doing right now is he's shooting with confidence. Again, confidence does wonders for these players. The Braves right now as a team playing with a lot of confidence.
This is Lin long two, rimming out. See, whenever Lightboy is on the court, he doesn't look to drive at all. Davis looking around and finally 2 points.
Yeah, and that's where he's trying to figure out his role on this team. Again, not being involved in Taiwanese basketball for the last couple of years. He's not as familiar with his teammates as some of these other guys. Hopefully he'll be able to kind of get his rhythm back here in this fourth quarter.
So player with a tough shot, that'll get poked out of bounds. I don't think this is a mark anybody likes to see, but the Braves, that was the first 2 points in the fourth quarter. For the Pilots, excuse me. The Braves enjoying this.
Braves a lot of 2 points here in this fourth quarter, and a lot of threes, and a lot of free throws.
Excuse me, I'm looking for that Mandarin lesson. Well, we could talk about this time.
At this point, with a 22-point lead and 4 minutes, 20 seconds left, we could probably do the rest of this game in Mandarin, and our fans wouldn't mind.
Singletary working on Guan Dayo. Turn around and bounce it in.
And we've seen him use that baseline spin this entire game. That time, shooting the jumper, getting the friendly roll here on our side on the baseline.
And here, Kadeem Jack in the corner, always saying it's our home court. Davis finally with a make. Well, he is stepping up for the Pilots. He only 5 points in the quarter.
Yeah, it's going to be too little too late here for these Pilots. And the only thing that remains in question is the final score.
Our excellent colleagues with the league graphics department working that up right now. Liao Zong, man will come in for Pong Pong. Davis with the veteran pass fake. The shot. On your screen right now. Still in the game. Leading these Pilots, trying to get into better form at least. Long rebound, Joseph there again. Braves not in any hurry. Zhang Zongxian with a jump pass. Finally be a turnover. Singletary right there for it. Everything going the Braves' way.
Yeah, I sound like a broken record, but once again, these Braves just quicker to the ball here in the second half. I don't know what Coach Rogers said to him at halftime, but obviously it worked.
Well, maybe you can ask him, Coach. Longtime colleagues, Coach Roger and Coach Metcalf.
Yeah, we worked together for a few years back in the day. I'm actually just worried that what he said wouldn't be fit for TV.
Fit for TV, Jet with a two-hand slam.
He's putting some window dressing on this game as Chuck Garcia has the night off, enjoying from the bench.
This shot, the Braves come down on offense. Something interesting maybe to think about, Coach, is the future of the Plus League and how they would allocate players. A lot of resistance underneath, miss for Chen Jinhuan, knocking the layup. That'll be a timeout for the Braves. As it stands right now, one Taiwan University exception player, that would be Fubon for the Braves, and Loisan for the Lioneers. We'll get back into that conversation after this timeout. Speaking of the Taiwan University student exception, there's Brandon Smart, number 23 for the Braves. Coach, I started that conversation. We'll try to get into it more. One Taiwan student university exception for each team, and one, shall we say, Chinese American, Taiwanese American slot for the teams. And then 3 import players. That's the current, how the league structure is. Looking forward to the future. They talk about maybe Asian imports. They talk about maybe loaning players if they're new teams. There's a lot to think about.
Yeah, just like our viewership, a very international league here we have in our first season of the Plus League. A lot of things to get worked out, but it's nice to see some of these players get an opportunity that they may not have had before. You see Joseph Lin with the corner 3. Substitution here for the Pilots. A lot of these Taiwanese universities are giving players from other countries opportunities to come and learn about Taiwan and play basketball. With the Plus League here, they finally have an opportunity to play professionally. So
certainly in 2020 and beyond, maybe the pandemic part of the equation. In the game, Zhang Geyu missing his first shot. Now, granted, there's only one real level of competition when it comes to the Plus League, and then that's the 4 teams we have currently and any new teams that might come up. So when it comes to like loaning players, that might be a tricky conversation because unlike, say, the Premier League, we can loan them to a lower division team, you're going to loan them to a competitor who will face you right away.
Yeah, a lot of that is coming out of the possibly competitive imbalance here we see in the first season. Obviously, the Braves with an extremely talented roster, being an established team coming from the ABL. Maybe a team like the Lioneers having to pick some guys off the scrap heap, some unproven guys. Obviously, they would love to have some of these Braves players, but like you said, Ryan, I don't know if the Braves would be willing to loan some of their guys to a competitor.
Score now, 100 for the Braves, 76 for the Pilots. Underneath, so far you're hemming that one out. There's a fun challenge.
Oh, we got a lot of guys assist-hating in this game, Ryan. Lightingan, great pass, just not able to get the finish from his teammate.
Good shot, Brendan Smart getting on the stat sheet with that rebound.
Yeah, but Ryan, like you mentioned, like Boy getting in the game, not even looking at the rim, hesitating on that release, not able to make it on the second shot.
Lightingan, Brendan Smart pick. Over to Tumbleway. Weber with a fancy Euro. Lays it up for 2 points.
It's interesting to see Quincy Davis still in the game. Yeah, with the result not in question, probably time to get him some rest here. Pilots coaching staff deciding to play him this entire fourth quarter.
Timeout to get his guys in. Only Chen Xiangjun, the lone starter for the Braves. 10 players in the scoring department, getting good contributions everywhere. 10 seconds left. Pilots with one last possession. And loose with the basketball. Dunkery, long pass to Davis underneath. Willie Warren takes a shot, and it is good. So that'll bring our total to 102-79. The Braves take the weekend, make some distance between them and the second place Pilots. Competitive to a point, but then the depth and the pace of the Braves took it in this one.
Yeah, that really, fourth quarter, as we see there, 26-12, but even extending into the third quarter. We've seen the Braves do it this entire season. They come out of that halftime break. Coach Roger, I'm sure, just encouraging them very gently to play a little bit better in the second half. Them coming out and extending their lead and blowing the Pilots out in the second half.
Look forward to the evening game. You mentioned the Formosa Taishing Dreamers, visitors at the Hsinchu Jeko Lioneers home arena in Hsinchu. Top scorers for the Pilots, split between Davon Reed and Quincy Davis at 26 apiece. For the Braves, Igor Zaitsev, 28 points in 43 minutes of action.
Yeah, Big Z, people trying to get him for the post-game interview, him pretending he does not speak English. We're going to go right into a commercial.
Thanks for sticking with us to watch Game 16 of the Plus League season. This one, another blowout by the Braves, coming in the weekend with a vengeance. The aerial shot of Taoyuan Arena from the past, as you see the Lioneers with their own team bus. Coach Ben, the stats we have on the screen, but I think simply the pilots just want to leave this one in the past.
Yeah, I'm sure going into this week of practice, they're going to try and forget this game. Very, very awful. There's no other way to put it. Awful second half there for the Pilots, scoring only 29 points, just getting blown out by the first place Braves, showing everybody that there's still a gap between them and the rest of the league.
So the Pilots end up shooting less than 20% from deep. That's one of their strong suits. The Braves shooting 44% overall, getting more assists with 24, with the Pilots only 17. On the turnover department, Pilots had 19 to the Braves 12. That also led to a lot of fast break and easy buckets on the other end.
Yeah, and we see the Pilots this game, only Quincy Davis, Davon Reed, and Willie Warren in double figures. All their locals, we saw it yesterday. They struggled a little bit in the game. They were able to tweak that one out yesterday. Today, not even close.
Well, interesting developments. For the first time since opening weekend, we're going to be heading to Changhua, the home of the Formosa Taixing Dreamers. There it is, the next week's matchup, starting January 30th. That's the Saturday. The Lioneers making their first trip down, whereas right here will be the rematch with the Braves and the Pilots. That's the 5 o'clock game.
Yeah, that Dreamers Lioneers matchup's going to be very interesting. That third place matchup, very important with the playoff situation it is. Right about half an hour from now, I'm sure our fans are going to be in for a great game.
The other game on Sunday, January 31st, the road team swap. So the Braves will head to Changhua, the 2:30 tip. That'll be interesting how they take on that challenge. And the Lioneers will come here to Taoyuan, take on the Pilots. Thanks for watching this broadcast. My name is Ryan Chen, along with Coach Ben Metcalf. Thanks for watching this game. We'll be back next week.